It is now my great pleasure and deep honor that I would like to invite Kimberly Murray, the Independent Special Interlocutor, to provide her opening remarks for the morning. Please help me with introducing Kimberly Murray.
Can you hear me? Oh, there we go. Good morning, everyone. I'm not actually going to be given very many opening remarks because we're so far behind schedule. And you're going to have to listen to me for almost 2 hours later this afternoon, where I'll be saying a lot of comments at that time. But I do want to say good morning to everyone, Sego Seguego, and I want to acknowledge the unceded, unsurrendered territory of the Anishinaabe, Algonquin, and say a big thank you to Kitigan Zibi for allowing us to host this important gathering in your territory. So Nawagoa for that. I'm so grateful. If I had more time, I'd name all the elders and say thank you to all of them. It really warmed my heart with how many elders came together this morning to perform the ceremonies at the sacred fire, the water ceremony, the pipe ceremony, lighting of the kulik, our songs, the drum, and I say thank you to the drum and the singers for being here with us today. I wanted to address you. I want you to know, if we could close that door, that would be great. I wanted you to know that this is not being live webcast right now. This is just us in this room. And I'm so grateful for everyone that's come today to this 7th national gathering on unmarked burials. I'm not calling it a final gathering because I know that you will all come together and continue to gather once my mandate ends in a few short weeks. Some of you are here today that have been here from the very beginning, and I'm so honored, and I'm gonna cry, and grateful that you're here today. And we've come along this journey together in the last 2 years. I feel like you've become my family. And because you're my family, I thought I need to give you some advance notice about what I'm going to be saying this afternoon. And that's why I wanted to make sure we didn't live webcast this. I wanted to let you know what's going to happen this afternoon. Thank you. What's going to happen this afternoon. I'm going to be releasing the final report, and it's very heavy. I hope you all brought extra suitcases to bring it home. And we're going to have some volunteers to help the elders carry the books. I'll be releasing the report at 1 p.m. It's going to go live. Minister Virani is going to be coming to receive the report on behalf of the federal government. We are going to have a lot of media here. There's a lot of media that are coming, and we'll be watching online, and it will be live webcast. I'll be doing a lot of interviews this afternoon and this evening about the report. And if there's any survivors, community members that have been doing searches, leadership that would like to speak to media, I'd ask that you speak with my comms people. Denis, I can't see if he's in the room. George, folks, where are the media folks? And we'll make sure that we can connect you with media people if you want to have your voices heard in the media. I'm going to be showing a video, and I wanted to show you the video first before I show it with the media in the room. It covers our journey over the last 2 years and captures many of the voices of survivors, elders, and youth that participated at the 6 gatherings that we held. So I'm going to be showing that this morning. And I handed out, in government they call these placemats. I know the government people are in here. Oh, by the way, I hope you're not tweeting government people or sending messages to your deputy ministers. This is being given out with the report. It's what we call placemats. It's trying to give a visual of what's contained in the report. This is what government does. They get a report, and the staff go away and they read it and they put things into categories and identify buckets of things that the report says need to be done. So I thought I would do that to, speed the government along, so they have the placemat ready to go. And so I just want to let you know, these are not all the things I identify that need to happen. These are the big concepts. And you'll hear more this afternoon what I've recommended. This afternoon, I'm not going to talk about everything in the report. So please know I call for ongoing sustainable funding. Okay? Please, that is the number one thing. Please know that I say you need to continue to be supported so you can have gatherings. Please know that I've identified everything I've heard from you in my report. But this afternoon, when I have the ear and the attention of the media, I want to say some new things to them. Some of them you've heard me talk about at gatherings, that these children have been disappeared by the state. And what does that mean if you're disappeared by the state? And what does that mean the government of Canada has to do because they disappeared these children? So I want to educate the media and the Canadian public about that. So I will be spending some time on that. I will be speaking about the need for a new mechanism for investigating the disappeared children. And I'll be going into detail about that. And I will be speaking about how Canada has protected itself from accountability. And I'm going to list all the things that they did, how they bubble wrapped themselves. And that's the three main messages I'll be delivering this afternoon. But there's many other things inside the report. What I say is that we can't just tinker with existing laws. We need new mechanisms, Indigenous-led, Indigenous-governed, that follow Indigenous laws. So I just want to, again, I'm going to show this video. It's about 10 minutes. I want to remind people we have health supports here with us today. And after the video, I'm just going to say a couple more words about these people that are sitting in circle around me that we called them out to come up here. So where's my trusted team? Guys, if you could roll the video. Now way.
Being in the residential school wasn't pretty.
My husband was 11 years in residential school. He never held my girls because he was too scared to break them. That's residential school. That is the impacts of it.
They tried to take our spirits away. They tried to take the Indian out of us.
I was kidnapped in broad daylight, right in front of my parents, when I was being taken away from our outpost camp to go to a residential school.
The children have been taken from us, and we want them back to make the world safe for the children we now have and the ones that are coming.
Le système, il est brisé, il est malhonnête, il n'est pas égal pour tout le monde. Qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire quand ça arrive des choses-là? Qu'est-ce qu'on peut suggérer au gouvernement de faire, de se corriger de son comportement?
It is so impactful and hurtful to think of children who would be given such disrespect in life and in death.
When you die, you should be buried. You should have a proper burial.
We had a distinct way to honor the people who left us. There were ceremonies, there were songs, and for the children at our schools that are in unmarked burials, They have yet to receive this.
You don't get to the point of religious equality, racial equality, unless you understand foundational inequality in Canada that is steeped in centuries of colonialism and racism by European settlers who imposed their will in a colonial and racist manner.
I'm in a room right now full of survivors who have been through unimaginable abuse and torment only because they were simply born Indigenous.
Like we were not human. The number one law is not to harm a child. And that's exactly what the government did.
Children disappeared at residential schools and other institutions, buried in unmarked graves, forgotten, erased. But they were not forgotten by their families, by their communities, by their people. We can't bring these children back, but we can empower ourselves to ensure that our traditions and communities don't just survive, but thrive.
We couldn't speak our language. We couldn't even use our name. I was given a number. I still remember my number, and that's how they called you, a number.
I was broken spirit since then. I didn't know who I was. I lost my culture, my spirituality, my beliefs, my value.
Some of the young girls, they would go missing for months on end. The priests and the nuns would hide those girls when they got pregnant, and they wouldn't see them for 9 months while they were carrying their babies. And then after that, my mom and two of her cousins were responsible for wrapping those babies and burning them.
As a boy in that residential school, mission school, the burning of little babies being thrown in the furnace by two nuns, and the screaming.
A young woman was disciplined by the nuns and the children, and the man whipped her until she died.
The building was run by the heat from the big stove only in the furnace. There was a lot of babies that was burnt in there.
Some of us didn't know how to deal with our feelings. We didn't know where to go, what to do.
We have boys missing for 50 years now. They were killed. Their lives were taken. They were murdered.
We don't know how many survivors are left. Many of them don't even want to come forward. They chose to forget what has happened to them and not be a part of this. They don't want anything to do with it.
My mom attended residential school in Beauval Mission, La Planche. I'm the youngest of 11 children. The two oldest babies passed away. In her dying bed, my mother said, "Please look for him."
Right now in Iqaluit, we don't have the best cemetery. They didn't listen to our knowledge, and they put the cemetery in a bog. So all of our people right now are being buried in muck and swampy areas. So we're hoping that we can open up a traditional cemetery in Iqaluit so that our people aren't being buried in muck and swamps, and that we can be buried traditionally and with our personal effects.
It's time for Canada as a whole to see this uncomfortable truth for what it is. It's time for them to feel it, see it, sit with those unsettling feelings, and learn from it so it does not happen again. No more denying what our survivors have been saying for years. No more belittling what it was, because it was genocide.
We need to uphold justice for the Indian residential school children who were murdered in these institutions and have those individuals held accountable. These individuals are still alive, and the laws and the policies created by the Canadian government hide their crimes. And in order for us to have justice, these people need to face justice with Canadian laws.
Orange Shirt Day and Every Child Matters was created to honor survivors and their families and to remember those that never made it home.
There's very few people that have that gift and that strength to stand up and speak on behalf of people. And when you have that passion in your heart, that's what drives you to do the good things for your people who need a voice.
It's an honor and a privilege to announce the appointment of Kimberly Murray as Independent Special Interlocutor for Missing Children and Unmarked Graves and Burial Sites associated with Indian residential schools.
There are children buried on the grounds of Indian Residential School, and we need to find them, and we need to know who they are.
We will survive, and we will strive to see our children grow.
We have to educate our younger generation of the pain, the suffering, the loneliness that we went through.
We are all human beings. That's what we say in our language to everyone, no matter where you come from. We are all people. We are one nation in this land.
Any culture in the world, be proud of your own culture.
We are just starting to heal. We're starting to talk. We're finding our voices. It wasn't easy for any survivor to find our voices.
I can consider every one of the survivors a big miracle. No matter how much tragedy, you're just like a diamond, precious and can't be broken.
What we are carrying through life from the residential schools is a very heavy burden.
When someone is talking to you and sharing with you, they're sharing a part of who they are. Let's put our minds and our hearts together and build a future for our children, a good future.
What we're suggesting is a formation of a team composed of forensic medical examiners, archaeologists, anthropologists, spiritual leaders working in tandem in order to identify the remains of those children who will be found. We have to take an active control over the processes under which those investigations take place.
When I look at this audience, particularly at the young people, I'm reassured that our work of reconciliation will continue into the next generation.
I look forward to working with you for the respect and dignity of First Nations, Inuit, and Métis in life and in death. And I also look forward to saying the hard truths to this country together.
I want to close with this quote from DeAndre Thomas Hart. They scattered us almost like beads. And now we are picking ourselves up one by one. We are color sorting ourselves. We are restringing them along. We are creating our own design, rebuilding our nations.
There's an awakening happening from nation to nation, and youth such as yourselves are the ones that will be leading the way.
Don't let your fires go out. Don't lose your languages. Don't let the ceremonies die.
So in closing, I wanted to say in Creek, I boomi, which means don't give up.
Be strong as you continue to tell your truth. Be strong as you continue to fight.
I'd like to thank each and every one of you for all of the wonderful work that you do for all of the survivors, for our communities, for our families.
That's been 2 years. I wanted to make sure I showed you that because I know so many of you are in it, and I wish I could have put everyone in it, but there's only so many minutes. I wanted to also let you know that this video foreshadows the final report. The messages that were delivered by the elders, the youth, the survivors form everything in the report. And I thank you and I honor you for that. You know, we've held 6 national gatherings, and every gathering we followed the same format. The first day, we always heard from survivors and had a panel of 3 or 4 survivors. And how brave you were to get up on stage in front of an audience of 400 people, live streaming your testimony and your truth. And so I honor you and thank you for that. because your experiences that you shared are making Canadians pay attention. And the youth, every second day of our gathering, we had a panel of youth. And the importance of youth that have been with the survivors and the elders as they do the searches is so important. I will be delivering a message this afternoon that your voices, the youth, survivors, and elders, need to be continued to be heard and listened to as we ask and demand that the government implement the new legal framework, an Indigenous-led reparation framework. And so I'm going to get us back on time. I've asked the elders and the youth and the survivors that sat on those panels over the last 6 gatherings to join in this circle so that I can thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Without you, I would not know what words to put in this report. And I thank you, Nawe. And I'd like to honor you with an honor song and gift you a small gift of my appreciation. And I hope you'll all come this afternoon at 1 o'clock for the release of the report. And if I could ask
Thank you once again to the Eagle River Singers from Kitigan, Zibi, Anishinaabeg, and Barrier Lake. I would now like to invite Elder Eddie Cote and his brother Frank Cote to play the fiddle and hand drum to end this portion of our morning.
Quay Kinashnabe do Tamlinda do a woman lounge. No, Kinway, Tawaking Actor, you get in the Kinogmog. The Ganzi window Japanin, Eddie, Peasant watch, this cause knob, and which Kaja and residential school ye go coat, the education de costs. The Super anything is and the Skito, Sishnabian, he packed the work, can do dago. Go kill a bishan to Ganzi, okay, you should go to Ishnabian. So anyway, I learned to play this residential school song. It comes to my heart and everything. So I played when I played the low note, that's for the boys. Then when I played the high note, that's for the girls. And the ones that never make it back home. So all the ones I know, when you're there, there's 75 beds lined up like this, and I look at the kids, and 4 or 5 years old, they're all crying every night. They want to see their mother and their father, and I can't do nothing. I'm just listening, and it's what I'm feeling, you're helpless. So this is the way I survive. So I made this song for them. So remembering. When we attended residential school, our brother was with me. The first year I was there, I don't even remember him because couldn't talk to each other, couldn't even look at him. And he was about from here to there. That's what causes, and I still feel it today. No matter how much I try to heal, it's still in here. The hate, it's hard, it eats you up. But the story has to be told, and Canada can never, never forget what they did to us. 6 of us in my family were taken away from my mother and father. Like the gentleman said, kidnapped. So, when I look at the video, tears come into my eyes. Can't control it. But hopefully, what's gathering here today tells the rest of the world and the rest of Turtle Island that we are still here, we'll always be here, and they're visitors in our land. It's not their land, it's ours. Chimigwech. My number is 36 when I was there. They never called me by my name. Where are you, 36? You got my socks, my shoes, everything, my shirt. If I drop it anywhere, they'd say, where are you, 36? So, you know what happens when they find something on your floor, you find it. That's where you get your beating. Same thing with fixing the beds in the morning. I was 8 years old trying to fix my bed. Then they stand there looking at me, and I says, they dig in his pocket, puts a nickel. The nickel don't bounce, sir. Do it over again. I don't care. You're going to be here all day till you get it right. So this is the pain I had when I came, you know. So I felt, all the ones that survivors here, I'm looking at them, they must have feel the same way and what they went through. So anyway, I'm going to switch to, I'm going to play my, the song. Every place I go, I play this song. Everybody wants this one. It's Orange Blossom Special. So form a train. They were taken off from here. So get up and dance if you want. Thank you very much, Kichimigwech. Appreciate it.